Hi, I'm Ella. I am the digital editor of Vogue Australia, and this is my Runway Rewind. So the collection that I want to talk about today is Gucci Spring Summer 1997. I've chosen this collection because not only does it really resonate with me from a stylistic perspective, but it was one of those impactful, memorable collections. It was 2 years into Tom Ford's tenure at Gucci, and it kind of solidified him as the king of sex in the industry. Throughout the show you have models like Stella Tennant, who is practically stalking down the runway. Everyone is like slick with body oil and covered in dark makeup, and as the show progresses the looks get more and more subversive, and I think that in a time like today where everybody is trying to break out of molds and create reactions around their collections, Tom Ford was kind of definitely not the first to do this, but one who did subversion and sensuality so well and so elegantly. But he also still walked the line so perfectly between elegance and glamour, and then grime and sensuality, and I think he really kind of dug into the cracks of those two polarities, which makes it feel really enduring. One of my favorites is the opening look. It's a grey suit material. It's kind of fitted on the bust and then gathered at the waist only so slightly until it kind of forms a pencil silhouette. And then it emerges later on in the collection in this kind of sheer knit, which is also very fun and sexy. And then you get to moments like Kate, who's wearing like a wisp of a shawl over her breasts, and it ties at the back, and there's this like extremely fun laser cut leather belt. And then of course the iconic Gucci thong. The original one was brown and then it faded into black, which kind of was this saucy illusion. It's extremely suggestive, and then of course the model turns around and she is almost completely naked from the torso down with just the Gucci emblem as the center of the thong, and then a male model emerges in the same one a couple of exits later. Even just in the craftsmanship of the trousers and the dresses and the way that the fabric is sheer but not too sheer, and you know, low, but then it's counterbalanced with like a long sleeve and a long skirt. I think that's really where it all magically happened with Tom Ford and this specific era that he was in. This was really a moment that showed what Tom Ford could do for Gucci. He absolutely believed that sex sells. It was controversial at the time because he was doing things within his title at Gucci that people just weren't used to seeing. He was shaving the Gucci logo into women's pubic hair for ad campaigns. That obviously would not fly today. There were many times that Tom Ford shocked his audience and the industry at large with how far he was willing to go with provocation, and I think it got him into a lot of trouble, but it also turned Gucci on its head, and arguably one of the most famous creative directorship, you know, legacies that we've seen. So for that, I think that this collection really symbolizes and kind of signifies what it was that he was trying to do and why it was so alluring at the time.